And welcome everyone to the MSL Silver Division here in the Grand Finals. We are in game number 5. Can't believe it. We're at game number 5, the best of 7. And we are here on Star Station to watch another game between the pink Protoss player, Glenn. Woo! Check it out. Good games. Yes, they have been good games so far. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the green Zerg player, Bean. Experimenting with all sorts of camera zoomy stuff. Gonna make everyone dizzy and sick to their stomach. Early double gas, or is that just extractor trick? They're both going way longer than they should. Double gas. Something crazy is happening. Oh, no. Okay. There, it was just double extractor trick. Whew. Thought I was gonna have a heart attack. The extractor trick. So sometimes if you forget to build your overlord in time, or something like that, you can actually decide to spend your drone to build something that lowers your supply. Then you can build something and then cancel the structure you're building and you get the drone back. It does cost a few minerals, but you can also get more drones a little bit faster. The consensus is generally it kind of works out the same in the end overall, but it looks like either way we're going to see an early pool. That was a 12 pool, so it's a little bit early, but nothing crazy. And remember, Star Station is a 4-player map. The big things to notice about this map, there's this way long ledge here. It's really narrow choke, so it's really easy to take your natural, but look how wide open this is out here. Check this out. Look, you can't see anything. It's so wide open. This means it generally favors faster units. It's hard to control space with force fields, which means generally you'll see less Colossi on this map. Although that doesn't mean you won't see them, it just means it's a little bit less common. We're going to see a scout go in. Did he see? I think he saw that there is no hatchery there. He sees that they're already mining gas. He sees that he's going for a roach warren. He's got to get ready for a 5 roach rush. 5 roach rush is a sweet, hilarious build. It can actually be really powerful if the player is not expecting it. However, Bean is a little bit supply blocked, and that's quite painful. There we go. Got the queen building. Used another extractor trick. Man, my brain is turned off tonight. Is he going to try to expand in the face of a 5 roach rush? Okay. It was delayed significantly with the It was delayed with the little bit of the supply block going on there. It was also scouted, and so I think perhaps Bean decided not to go with set attack. He should be pretty well able to handle this, although to be completely honest, if he'd attacked, 5 roach rushes hit right around 5 minutes or so. There wouldn't be much there at that point in time, but it looks like we have nothing in production for Bean. Oh, there's 3 of them. He doesn't have enough larvae. I think it was because the queen didn't get out early enough. You should get 2 more. Although we do see a Stargate from Glenn, going to be going and attacking very quickly. Knowing that the roaches could be a problem, I think we'd expect to see a Void Ray here immediately. Speaking of Void Rays, today I was watching the WCS Europe, I do believe, and it was amazing. There was a cannon rush and a PvP, and the other Protoss player abandoned his base and did proxy Stargate against it, and it was hilarious and amazing. Totally recommend checking it out. This is really risky going out here with the Stalker. You are walling off. You do have a cannon behind that. That cannon, though, is not invulnerable. It's too close to the wall. If the cannon was right here, or actually like right here, I think that would be just about the best position. But 3 roaches actually aren't going to be able to DPS anything down too quickly. We do have a couple more coming. So now we're going to be up to 7 or 8 if I could do proper math. If we could also get a Void Ray out, I think that would cause quite a bit of concern for the roaches. But as it is, just massing up roaches, going to be waiting for his brethren to join. Glenn is going to get the scout off and is going to see that that is in fact an expansion, and that it might not be a totally committed one-base strategy, and so he should actually start out here with a pretty good advantage. There goes the Void Ray. Warp Gate is being researched. There is no pylon on the map. I'm really surprised. The Stalker's just gonna die. I'm sorry. Oh, oh, oh. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Oh, he's going to try to get a scout into the main base. Nope, just going to get some damage on the roaches. Some of these roaches here are going to be a little bit annoying, and I think they will actually. They might actually get this one gateway down. That would be quite unfortunate, but the Void Ray here should pop out and be enough to force them back. And even then, walling off, while super useful, is actually, it's not super critical. This 150 minerals saved your life, so actually I'm a big fan of walling off things. That Void Ray should actually chase things down, as there's absolutely nothing to stop it. There's a single queen on the map. Other than that, there's nothing. Finally starting to reinvest in getting some gas. Glenn, in the meantime, is pretty supply blocked. Actually, both players were supply blocked. Bean is currently supply blocked. It looks like the game is going to normalize, so good job there, Glenn, handling with that aggression. Looks like we're going to have some expansions. Yeah, see, look, he wants to make your way out of there anyway. Might as well take that base down. So those roaches doing damage there wasn't altogether a bad thing. Let's see, good control of the watchtowers. Love to see that. It's probably cheaper to do that with 2 Zerglings than it's with the drone, but I totally understand. Overlord fluttering its tentacles, which is oh so comforting. And everything slowed down quite a bit. Oh, okay. Where's all your money? Whoa, okay. So, Bean, I understand why you're super broke, because Bean decided to go for a really aggressive one-base attack. It didn't work out. He sacrificed some economy. He's trying to rebuild that economy as we speak. Glenn, you saw the attack coming. I think you sacrificed too much of your own economy to defend yourself against it. And you really... Okay, there you go. Now you're noticing that you have absolutely no workers. As you should have a much larger lead than this. But at least now you can double produce, and that is super handy-dandy. I just said handy-dandy on the internet. Surprisingly, a good number of roaches here as well, although I'd expect to see this type of shenanigans happening for quite some time. Although I think that Bean doesn't feel quite comfortable enough to go out and take another base. He does have some spore crawlers. That Void Ray there basically killed 3 additional workers, which is great, just having that Void Ray. The Twilight Council is going down. I just would really love to see a little attack. Where's the Mothership Core? I thought I saw it in the queue. There's the Mothership Core. Go and attack. Get enough energy for recall? Go and attack. Look at this. Just do something. You have a decent number of units. I guess against that number of roaches. If you'd just seen the last couple roaches down there, if there was like half this number, you could totally go and attack this. And if you thought things were going poorly, you could always just recall. But the point is just to keep them worried about you and keep producing things instead of drones, because the Zerg have this amazing ability to power drones and just catch up in workers so quickly. As we're seeing here, it's continuing to close that gap. You see the Spire going down. It's going to be going for... He's probably actually feeling a little bit behind right now, although the food is actually very even. But he's feeling behind. He's going to be going with mutas, although also mutas can be used as part of a normal composition, generally more frequently seen against Terran. When Terran decides to go biomine, some of the other players like to do things like actually just go for Ling Muta Bane. And so you try to get really good engagements on creep with your Banelings and your Zerglings, and then the Mutalisks are there to clean up all the air units like Medivacs. I saw some other additional excellent games in WCS with that type of gameplay, so it's just something to think about, be aware of. The other thing, though, is against Protoss, generally mutas are used more harassing rather than more direct attacking. Stalkers are actually pretty good in direct engagements against mutas, and also Guardian Shield from sentries really reduces the damage of mutas. So if generally in a PvZ, if you're seeing a lot of mutas, it's generally to be a little bit more annoying and generally not to be in a big engagement, unless they're doing something crazy, something like they have nothing that can shoot up, for instance. If they decide to only go Zealot Immortal or something like that. But once again, you're not really going to see that super often. We have Roach Speed finishing up here in a minute. Yeah, okay, the third base is down. Glenn, you need to be taking that third base too. That's the perennial thorn in your side as you start to get a big bank. And then forget to expand. And also, both of them almost the exact same army size. Actually, maybe not army size. Actually, army size, worker size, still pretty darn comparable. These roaches, I think everything's going to work out here, exactly. So, interesting placement on the high ground pylon. It's good for spotting and also for warping it on the low ground, in case other pylons get taken out. However, you're kind of supply blocked. I'd probably like to see some more thrown down. Beyond that, we see these two queens being really active with the creep spread. That's great. Love to see the creep spread. Creep spread gives map vision. Checking out Bean's vision. Look at that. You can see all over here, just because, even though there's no units right here in the middle, just because of the creep tumors. So creep has many different benefits, and I think it's something that you'll continue to see Zerg players start to exploit. The other thing, remember to keep an eye out, if you ever see a whole bunch of overlords pop out from a Zerg player, it either means, one, they were super supply blocked, or two, they're about to spend a huge amount of their bank on something awesome. 10 creep tumors. Wow. The creep is going to spread so quick. In this case, it looks like it was some of both, but here comes the rest of the money spending coming out. This is all gas limited because these two gas geysers were taken really late because he was trying to get as many minerals as he could to replenish his workers. Harvesters, though, Bean is still very much down in the harvester count, and so I feel at this point Glenn, with a similar army supply, is actually in a little bit better position at this point in time. Although this is pretty scary, I would build a wall of gateways kind of on either side here to help protect from Ling run-bys. Maybe nestle a cannon in there somewhere. It's a really good way. It's called playing SimCity. Can help keep you alive in difficult circumstances, just by making it a little bit harder. Interesting forward pylon here. Don't have anything against it, just thought it seemed interesting. Interesting placement on the cannon as well. I would have probably put it on this side if I had to favor a side, because generally the units are going to be coming from the outside of the base towards the inside. So you put a cannon here, or like right here, or right here. It'll make them generally more reluctant to run all the way in there, but still passive defenses while you continue to have your army grow and your bases get farther and farther apart. They make a lot of sense. So a whole bunch of cannons. The problem with cannons like this is that cannons against Zerglings, if the Zerglings can get surrounded, they take out cannons really, really quickly. So just something to be aware of. We see extended thermal lance in the robotics bay, researching there, and so we're actually seeing Colossi coming out. Colossi, once again, really powerful units. I'm a little bit worried about how it'll work out on this map without really excellent force field counts and placement. So only 4 sentries? That's not enough sentries, to be completely honest. It is a lot of sentries. It's just not enough sentries. You probably want double that number, because Colossi, while really powerful, are really fragile. You notice they have really spindly legs. That means they have low HP. Immortals have thicker legs in comparison and much more sturdy. Ultralisks also have thick legs. I guess I'm just trying to draw a correlation there. The big deal here is that Bean has a gigantic number of mutas. He's continuing to amass those mutas, and he's definitely keeping them hidden, and he's going to be causing some serious havoc. We did have a Phoenix out here somewhere. Oh no, and another supply block. Where's the attack? There is a single Phoenix. There's a couple Void Rays. Void Rays are actually not too bad against mutas, they're just not too good either. So it looks like the situation that we've gotten ourselves into is that Bean has a superior air force, but in a direct engagement here, it might not go so well for Bean. So you're going to see him being a little bit more harass-based rather than, direct confrontation. The creep spread here is great. Got to be super confused to see all those things there. And it looks like the mutas are actually, they're not coming to the rescue of the battle. Everything is just going straight to the main base. He does have the mothership core. He can recall, and I think he will do that as soon as he sees stuff in his main base. In fact, he might be feeling a little bit kind of skeptical right now. He's got to say, there's nothing here. What's recall? Where did the... Okay. Sees it coming. Excellent job there. Gonna get a lot of roaches there here for pretty much nothing. The mutas take out an assimilator, but not too much more. And it looks like, ooh, so that's got to be painful. A whole bunch of roaches totally biting the dust. Surprised we don't see a whole bunch of phoenixes being produced, or more stalkers. With that many mutas, you want to have more, and you actually need to have blink to be able to combat this many mutas. Once you get over about 20, and you're at 23 right now, it becomes really hard to deal with, and also mutas with +3 attack actually start having some DPS, so it's just something to be aware of. And a ninja expand, awesome, and a proxy pylon. This I actually expect. Another base taken here, good placement, good job keeping the watchtower there. It's just these mutas are going to be really hard to deal with, and Glenn's not even reacting. It's going to take his whole army. He doesn't need that. Looks like everything is in one control group. The Phoenix there is going to get gobbled up. And all of these workers are going to get shot and die. So painful. No blink stalkers. Oh no. Nothing's being done. He thought that the bean was going to, get out of his base, and instead he doesn't. Now he does have blink. He does blink in, get a few of those mutas. But he's done actually quite a bit of damage, and now things are starting to look a little bit worse, because mutas can swing in from all these different locations. And remember, cannons are actually, they're just there to give you time. They don't actually do too much damage. The Colossi here are going to donate themselves to the mutas if they're not too careful. So it looks like the Blink Stalkers doing their best to shoo away these mutas, but only 2 of them were lost. It looks like this could be getting a little bit scary. 2 Phoenix production is what you want. Chrono boosting Phoenixes, if you keep them protected, Phoenixes are actually quite good against Mutalisks. So that's just something that we're going to have to really see. It depends on, in a straight up engagement, wait, where did the extra food go? 27 roaches, a whole bunch more roaches, but most of it's gone into mutas. And Glenn, also, the other thing that's really, really good against mutas is Archons. 2 or 3 Archons can ruin a Mutaball's day. Murder a mutas. A gaggle, a flock. Walling off here with a cannon, that's actually, I think, going to cause more harm than good if you can't get through there, because your stalkers might not be able to come and reinforce. There is 1 Phoenix, only 1 Phoenix, that's just not enough. He needs to go, he didn't see it. Okay, he did see it, he's going to go back in. Some of these cannons are, luckily the wall will be down, that's something good there. Phoenix there is going to be adding some DPS. They actually have plus damage to light units. They do twice as much damage, and they do 2 shots. So they actually do 220 damage per shot against mutas. We're going to see a warping of zealots here. Good job. That should be quite annoying. Actually, although where are the roaches? They will get cleaned up here pretty quick. In fact, they might. Oh, they will actually make their way into the main, or at least into the natural. In the meantime, the mutas are still posturing about the map. They're trying to get a good engagement. So far, it's been defended adequately, although he's lost a lot of workers. And I feel like there's not been enough other units produced. There's still just more Colossi. There's still just not... I don't feel like enough has been done there. Almost gets that hatchery down. Another set of warpins will likely take that. This base does get discovered. Of course, it was... I think it was spotted beforehand, but all of those are going to be cleaned up. This base will actually fall down. And it looks like Glenn's feeling a little bit behind, so he's going to go ahead and commit to a counterattack. And now I think we're turning into a base race. We're going to see if those Colossi can get enough damage done to take out this rest of the base. And I think, actually, this ground army stands no chance against this ground army. The problem is that he doesn't know anything about this base over here. Luckily, it's not actually been doing anything. And I think this is going to go very much in favor of Glenn right here. Who needs to do this force fields? Needs some force fields. Oh no, terrible force fields. Okay, now we have force fields. Blinking, saving some of those stalkers. Good move there. The Void Rays clean up so many of those roaches. The Phoenix soaking up fire against anything. Spore Collar will eventually go down. It's just these mutas here are going to be the big problem. We do have we have a Greater Spire morphing in. We do have workers being produced over here. Not being produced, existing over there. He's going to try to take out the base because he knows that that's his main is pretty much his only thing. The problem is he just has no idea about this other base. And it's, oh, and on the other hand, Glenn also has a ninja expansion. I love it. Super hilarious. In a direct engagement, right now, I think Bean would probably clean up all of these stalkers, unless the stalkers were blinked very well, and also in the correct, trying not to keep them all clumped up. Because we have how many stalkers? We have 15 stalkers to 37 mutalisks, and we have 4 void rays. Yeah, I don't think that would work. So we have some extractors going down. Everyone's in full-out base race mode. This is the main mining, or not the main base. This is the main base, not the main mining base. There is some harvesting going on over here. We have 4 workers. We have extractors going down absolutely everywhere. We also see that throwing down an extractor there, he does now know that that is where his base is, and I think that's going to be the end of the game. Because now he knows, whereas Glenn has no idea where the other bases are. And that's going to be the really big problem here. The stalkers are too far out of position. The mutalisks do separate. This could be a little bit dangerous, but it really just depends. Yo, you need to be active with these units. He's going to recall home and actually try to deal with that. They're going to take damage while warping in. But, okay. He's going to stay at home, try to regroup his defenses. He actually has a supply lead. He can't build anything for absolutely forever, but he does have a supply lead. Unit count, 2 workers to 5. Awesome. Army, let's see. Army supply is in favor of Glenn. The problem is that most of that army can't shoot up. And if these mutas stay together really well, I think he should be fine. Or at least Bean should be fine. Now, this base, he does know that this base is over here. Huzzah for observers. He's going to be rebuilding that spire so he can continue getting more mutas. If he's got another gateway. Good. You need to get a Templar Archives and get some Templar or Dark Shrine. A Dark Shrine would actually be devastating. Because there's no detection anywhere on this map. For Bean, that is. Good job on the creep spread still. Continuing to put that out, just trying to figure out, keep tabs on most of the map. You got to know where your opponent is in a base race. The Nexus gets focused down, and I think this is just going to be it. The army is too far out of position, and that's it right there. No. Oh, was there a pylon? No. What happened? Did I miss something? He's not rebuilt their base and is being revealed. Oh, there was a pylon thrown down at the last minute. Woo! Okay, he's going to come in. He's going to be able to take out this whole base. That's totally fine. The problem are these other things here, and it just depends. This pylon is the last thing. He does see it. He's going to take it out, and that's going to be game over. Unless another one... Oh, another one was taken out. My gosh. Okay, he really needs to defend this. It's going to get sniped. He needs to blink the... Oh. There's another one. Where do these keep going? I can't see anything on the minimap. There's another one. There it goes. Whew. That was really, really close. But it looks like Bean's going to be the victor there. So in the winner's bracket, or in the grand finals, Bean takes the win. In the winner's bracket finals, Glenn took the win. And we're actually going to go on and play in, I think I said, a tiebreakers. So, of course, those are already uploaded. So if everything got kind of done in a little bit strange order, my apologies. Replays were not submitted completely. So, in other news, it was a good set of games. I feel like this one could have been Glenn's. And these players are both very close in skill, so I actually look forward to watching them both in Season 3. So, anyways, my apologies that it took so long to get things up to speed. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place tonight, but hey, they're done, and the games were good, and that's really all that matters. So, thanks everyone for watching, and I guess we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks. Bye.